Welcome back to the Hannahcast YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be talking about the winners from the Toronto International Film Festival that took place yesterday. And this is going to be a little bit more condensed than my stream that I did yesterday, so if you want to check out something like that in a little bit more, I don't know about even more detail, but just, seeing it happen in the moment, you can check it out there. I do want to let you guys know that memberships are open for $2 a month. You get members-only videos, which I've been doing a lot this fall festival season. Members only emojis, badges. It's not shown here, but I also added a bye emoji, which you'll see right here. So that's all cool. You get members only live streams every week, and you also have access to the members only Discord server. Check it out if you haven't already. Consider becoming a member. It really means a lot. My God, let's just talk about how the awards went down, because nothing went right. First, it didn't start until 30 minutes after they said it would start, but on top of that, the stream started off with no sound, which was just annoying. And if things couldn't get any more stupid, they even managed to accidentally release the press release 30 minutes before the winners were even announced, which just made things really anticlimactic, because it's well, everyone knows already, so I might as well read them here. And if things couldn't get even more stupid, for some reason, TIFF couldn't fix Chloe Zhao's, camera. I'm pretty sure this must have been a problem on TIFF's end, because how do you screw something up like that? But regardless, let's just talk about who won. I'm mainly just going to be talking about the People's Choice Award winners. Well, that and the International People's Choice Award, because that's where the real meat of this is. All right, let's talk about the International Award. The second runner-up was Homebound, directed by Niraj Jaywan, or Gaywan. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that name. People are wondering if this could be India's submission to the Academy Awards for International Feature. The first runner-up, which is basically second place, is Sentimental Value, directed by Joaquin Trier. And this was pretty, maybe initially when TIFF started, I wasn't thinking that this would be expected because of how well it played over at Cannes, but the word was that Sentimental Value was still being received very well at TIFF, but not as well as it was over at the Cannes Film Festival. And then we get to the People's Choice International Award winner, which went to Park Chan-wook's No Other Choice, which at this point I thought this was pretty expected, in a way. I'll get to the confusion of some things here in a bit, but No Other Choice, I heard, played very, very well at TIFF. Very well, in fact. The fact that it won here really makes me wonder, could it squeeze in the Best Picture at the Oscars? We'll talk about that here in a bit. But now let's get to the People's Choice Award at TIFF. And over at third place was Rian Johnson's Wake Up Dead Man, A Knives Out Mystery. This is, if I'm not mistaken, the second Knives Out movie in a row that placed at TIFF, because Glass Onion placed last time. In second place, the first runner-up, is Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. This one was a shock, because the word was that Frankenstein was good, but not amazing. It's not the Best Picture film that everyone was thinking it was going to be, which is exactly what I thought it was going to be. I knew it wasn't going to be a Best Picture thing, but it placed second at TIFF? And then the TIFF People's Choice Award winner was Hamnet. This was very, very expected. The past couple years for the People's Choice Award winner at TIFF was pretty unpredictable. Life of Chuck was unexpected, and American Fiction was unexpected. But this one, everyone was just universally saying, yeah, Hamnet's the best film here. And Hamnet has just cemented itself as a top-tier Oscar contender in Best Picture. Is it going to win? I don't think so. Because it doesn't really have a lot of the things that a Best Picture winner these days would have. It doesn't really have a lot of things that are socially relevant. It seems to be just regarded as very, very great, with great performances. And I do think Jessie Buckley is coming for that lead actress Oscar, but I don't know. It doesn't really feel like a film nowadays that would win Best Picture. I mean, granted, it has proven itself to be a crowd pleaser, and a lot of Best Picture winners these days have been crowd pleasers, you know, like Anora, like Oppenheimer. Like, even though Oppenheimer made you feel really sad by the end, it wasn't like an isolating film. Like, you knew exactly how you were supposed to feel, unlike movies like Roma or Power of the Dog. Hamnet seems to be checking that box, the crowd pleaser box, but again, it just doesn't have that kind of relevancy that a lot of Best Picture winners these days have. That's not me saying it doesn't deserve to win Best Picture. I mean, obviously I haven't seen it, but when going by, you know, the track record of films that do win Best Picture, this doesn't really check that kind of box. So, I don't know. Again, I do think it's squarely in the top 3 for now, and I think it's going to get quite a few nominations, but how many it will win, that will be left to see in the future. But now, here's the really tough part, because for the past few years, 2 out of the 3 films that place at the TIFF People's Choice Award category, they went on to get Best Picture nominations. Even last year, you know, we had Emilia Perez and Anora, those placed at TIFF. It's funny because, like, Life of Chuck won, which should have guaranteed it a Best Picture nomination, but then Neon decided to release it this year instead of that year, which kind of screwed the film over, I feel. If it did come out in 2024, I actually do think Life of Chuck would have been nominated. But then the previous year, you had American Fiction placing and also The Holdovers. So, yeah, those got Best Picture nominations. The previous year, you had The Fabelmans and Women Talking. Then the previous year before that, Belfast and Power of the Dog placed. Then the previous year... Okay, well, granted, the previous year before that was Nomadland, and that was the only one that placed, but that was a COVID year. It was very weird to begin with, so I don't know if we really want to take that into consideration. 2019, all 3 films that placed at TIFF made it to the People's Choice Awards. Jojo Rabbit and Parasite and Marriage Story, those all placed. The previous year before that, you had Green Book and Roma. The year before that, you had 3 Billboards, and you had Call Me By Your Name. The year before that, you had La La Land and Lion, and the year before that, you had Room, Spotlight. Basically, what I'm saying is all but 1 year, and again, that was a COVID year, so take that with a grain of salt. All those years, 2 of the films that placed at the People's Choice Award at TIFF got nominated for Best Picture. But here's the problem that complicates things, because this is the first year we've had the People's Choice International Award. Like, this has not happened before. Like, for some reason now they split up the International Award and the People's Choice Award, and now things are kind of separated. What does this mean? Now, from what I have heard, you know, even if you're international, you technically still can place at People's Choice at TIFF, like the regular People's Choice Award. But I think the problem that came out of this, like, sure, there isn't a rule that says that international films can't also place at the regular People's Choice Award, but that doesn't mean that voters aren't just gonna think, well, I want to spread the wealth a bit, so I'll just put the international films here. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing here, because I genuinely do think if the International People's Choice Award was not here, I think the top 3 at People's Choice probably would have been Hamnet, No Other Choice, and Frankenstein. Like, that would actually make a lot of sense. But because they split it up like this, it complicates things a lot. Again, like, do I really think Frankenstein's gonna make it to Best Picture? No, I still don't think so. I think it's just gonna get nominated for some text. And with Wake Up Dead Man and Knives Out Mystery, I mean, I guess it maybe has a better chance, but like, none of the Knives Out movies got nominated for Best Picture, even though they both got PGA and Golden Globe, and granted, I guess you could say Glass Onion did a little bit better because it performed very well at the Critics' Choice Awards. But still, it's like, do I really think they're gonna nominate the 3rd Knives Out movie? Considering everyone is already saying, yeah, this is a very good Knives Out movie. They're not calling it like one of the best films of the year. But I feel like this is going to be a film that gets nominated for screenplay and really nothing else. If No Other Choice is getting into Best Picture, like I'm thinking it might actually do that, I'm not gonna lie, I see a very unique path. At that point, it would have to get adapted screenplay and director. Between Joachim Trier, Jafar Panahi, and Park Chan-wook, the only one that's like very well known in the US is Park Chan-wook. I mean, everyone talks about Old Boy. And so do we really think, like, if No Other Choice is in Best Picture, Park Chan-wook can just miss director? I don't think so. And I'm not gonna lie, he could get DGA. I know it sounds weird, but like when you look at the director lineup, I mean, I don't think DGA is only gonna go like 2 out of 10 in director. That would be insane if they did that. Obviously, I don't think well, then again, Sentimental Value might get nominated for director if it's, you know, a top 5 contender, maybe. But like, I could see a world where Park Chan-wook also gets nominated for director because he at least was a member of the Writers Guild of America and he's worked on American projects. So I could see precedent for him getting into DGA, honestly. And people go, whoa, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Who else could really get into DGA if we're being completely honest? Like, obviously, Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere, I don't think that's happening in director seriously, so I don't think so. James Cameron's probably not going to touch DGA for Avatar Fire and Ash. I know a lot of people could probably say Catherine Bigelow, but I honestly think Catherine Bigelow could be vulnerable here because I just don't think House of Dynamite is going to end up being like a top 5 movie. Even with like DGA, it's usually the top contenders. I could seriously see a world where Park Chan-wook kind of leapfrogs over Catherine Bigelow at DGA and surprises everyone with that nomination. But if Park Chan-wook manages to get that director slot at the Oscars, I'm still not going to compromise on either Joaquin Trier or Jafar Panahi for director. I think they could all 3 get in. If all 3 get in, oh God, you better like sit down and prepare for one of the biggest snubs imaginable, because that snub is going to come in the form of either Paul Thomas Anderson, Chloe Zhao, or Ryan Coogler, and it's not going to be pretty who gets snubbed. But now I'm going to pass the question off to you. What are your thoughts on the TIFF People's Choice Award winners from that and the international category? Let me know in the comments below what you think, and be sure you hit that subscribe button, because if you don't, I'm gonna turn upside down.